stuff.
Wait, but what is this? Whoa, what the? Hell? Wait, what is this? What the hell?
What do we get a mouth on?
Wait, what are you doing to this guy?
My name's Frankie, and I'm getting arrested today protesting Elon Musk. He bought his way into office. He bought his way into heading a government agency. He bought his power at the expense of the American people, at the expense of our environment, at the expense of our world, and all of the people in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for weeks now, radical far-left progressives have been terrorizing Tesla dealerships across the country. But as of yesterday afternoon, we've now got concrete proof that all of these protesters have actually been getting paid. That's right, all of this chaos was fake, a total performance, a paid-for political stunt, and the group behind it, a far-left activist organization called Indivisible. You see, yesterday afternoon, several online investigators discovered that Indivisible was offering $200 per day to individuals who would protest outside of Tesla dealerships and cause as much of a disruption as they possibly could. Of course, once they got caught, Indivisible immediately began scrubbing their website, desperately trying to delete all of the evidence, but unfortunately for them, it's too late. Dozens of screenshots already exist, and various online tools like the Wayback Machine allows us to see their website before everything got deleted. In fact, take a look at this. The Trump-Musk coup is underway, and we're all paying the price. Through his farce agency Doge, Elon Musk and Trump are dismantling democracy in real time and ripping apart the services millions of Americans rely on. Every Republican must feel the heat for their complicity in the Trump-Musk coup. Every Democrat must know that we've got their backs when they fight back. So, let me get this straight. They're accusing Elon Musk and President Trump of a coup while paying political operatives to vandalize property and terrorize citizens across the country. That sounds a whole lot more like a coup to me. But you know what? Let's not kid ourselves here. Indivisible didn't magically come up with the money for all of this on their own. No, they had a wealthy benefactor. And who might that be? That's right, George Soros. Once again, Soros is bankrolling the chaos, pulling the strings from behind the curtain, funding yet another far-left war on democracy and basic American decency, and anyone who dares support.
Social media activity indicates some very loose but self-proclaimed ties to the Communist Party USA social media group, as well as social media groups called Revolutionary Communist International, Hidden Palestine, Palestine Action, and a variety of other social media groups. That is part of our investigation, is to dig further into it and to be able to determine additional motive and other potential concerns.
The suspect accused of scorching Teslas with Molotov cocktails at a Las Vegas dealership now facing federal charges. Officials say the attack had some of the hallmarks of terrorism. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Assistant Sheriff Dory Corrin joins us now. I want to pull up this about charges against Paul Kim. Arson, property damage, and a possession and manufacture of explosives or fire devices, and discharging firearm into abandoned structure vehicle. He's in some pretty serious trouble.
Good morning, Dana. Absolutely. I mean, this crime and this attack was very significant. It's a priority. It was a priority from the onset for us. And ultimately, we've put all of our resources behind it to make sure that we solve this case in record-breaking time. In fact, over 250 detectives, agents, analysts, and specialists worked around the clock for 8 days just to ensure that we held the person responsible for this attack.
The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, was on last night with Laura Ingraham. Here's what she said.
That was remarkable police work, working with the state police, our FBI. They have been going nonstop on this case. This guy is in custody. Laura, he is facing 5-year minimum mandatory to 20 years in prison. And this was great police work. This guy thought he got away with it. So these people better look out. They better cut it out, because we are coming after you. And at my direction, there will be no negotiating on these people. We are not doing any plea negotiations on them. So they better cut it out.
Sheriff, do you think he acted alone?
At this time, we're looking at all options. We believe right now that he is the only actor in this particular incident. However, we're working very closely with our FBI partners to determine whether this act was connected to any of the other attacks that have happened elsewhere in the country. The reality is we have a tremendous partnership with the FBI, one that actually is multi-layered. So not just our partnership with the local special agent in charge, but also our partnership with the FBI director. As you know, this is Director 𝐇𝐎𝐏𝐄's hometown, and he cares deeply about keeping our community safe just as much as he cares about keeping the entire country safe.
Social media was something that you talked about after he was arrested. Is there anything that you can tell from social media to help prevent these from happening in the future? We know that calls against Tesla are coming hot and heavy all across the country.
Well, I can speak for Las Vegas, and there's absolutely zero tolerance. The sheriff here has made it very clear that we will put the full weight of the entire police department on any type of act like this to ensure that those persons are held responsible. And we also have a variety of prevention efforts happening in real time as we speak. So the reality is the counterterrorism apparatus in Las Vegas is second to none. The federal partnerships are second to none. And do not expect to come to Las Vegas and get away with any type of crime or any type of attack. And I'll just add one last point here, which is the sheriff has made it very clear that he wants to make LVMPD, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, the most technologically advanced police department in the country. We are doing just that, and this case is a testament to that goal. We've deployed a variety of advanced technologies to include drones, automated license plate readers, facial recognition, forensic analysis on DNA, forensic analysis on other types of evidence, and a variety of other technologies. And that, plus the hard work of the men and women of the police department, was the reason why we were able to solve this case with very limited information from the beginning.
Fascinating, and I'm sure that other police departments will be paying attention and maybe even giving you a call to find out how they can also do the same. Sheriff, thank you for being on with us this morning.
All right. Whatchamacallit, I picked that particular clip for a reason. There's tons of Tesla footage with regard to the protests. Tito wanted to cover this segment. I'm going to preface it by saying this. I got Pam Bondi on there. She already issued a full verbal warning to Crockett, who's actually from Houston, calling for the day of destruction and takedown for Elon. Crockett is also having charges pressed against her for assaulting a journalist. So that's wonderful and good news. Two things. The Tesla attacks, of course, they are friggin' coordinated. 𝐇𝐎𝐏, Trump, and Elon have all mentioned that, and I'm sure that they're working on it, not leveraging their hand. I picked this one in particular. I don't think that it's an accident that this guy has communist ties, and oddly enough, Korean. We know George Soros' money is behind a lot of things, and that they're attempting to short Elon's stock price, and also probably to Tito's point that he made earlier, which was spot on, with the financial trouble, trying to put him in a position where he'd have to sell Twitter, because they got to get Twitter out of the way to get mainstream media back and forth. It's not going to happen. You could always just get a loan from Donald.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Like super quick. I'm glad that George Soros' name is finally starting to pop up, and it's not conspiracy no more to say his name.
Facts.
People have been saying that shit since 2018, bro, and beyond. People are finally acknowledging that he's a big financier of all these Marxist movements. That's all I want to say.
Oh yeah, well that's his MO. Because George Soros, he crashes economies. He got tired of crashing companies with hedge funds. He's got a God complex. I was actually a big fan of Soros when I was in finance in early years. I've read his book, The Alchemy of Finance, like 10 times. That being said, Tito, I'm gonna let you take this at the top, and then we're gonna pass it off to Hoop. What you got for me?
First of all, man, I hope that Mr. Kim went to a steakhouse and he went to a hoe house before he did this, because he's about to miss a lot of summers. I just want y'all to know that, yeah, he got these state charges, but you know that state charges run consecutive from federal charges. So it don't matter how much they give him, he still go, after he done with his state case, they go send him over to get detained by the feds. And then he go fight his case with the feds there. And then after that, he go get bounced back to the state to do his state time. And then once he done with his state time, he go get bounced back to the feds to do his fed time. I've seen this happen to guys before, but the guys that I seen it happen with, it was like drug charges, murder, conspiracy, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Weapons, selling guns. I seen niggas get deported for selling guns, all type of shit. But yeah, he about to get a whole lot of time. But man, the same old Democrats, when they don't get their way, shit gets blowed up, shit gets burned up, and it's only gonna get worse. This is really just the tip of the iceberg. When the better that you see people doing, the more desperate that they are gonna get. Watch, the better you see people doing, the more desperate they go get. When you see all of these reforms and all of this shit start to take hold and people start living better, they gonna panic. You know what? The tariffs are even having an impact on my business, because some of the drop shippers that I used, it was certain items that I couldn't sell here in the States because the shipping costs would be too exorbitant. So I just declined to even sell them. But now it's certain stuff that I can sell now that some of these drop shippers have been forced to move, their facilities here to avoid tariffs. And it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna see a net benefit to their business. And I'm telling you, the better that people start living, the more that these motherfuckers are going to start to panic. But this is, and I want y'all to be mindful of the faces that you see on TV, even if you have to record. Sometimes you see some of the same faces at these different events and rallies and shit. I don't know if they quote unquote organizers or if they crisis actors or what the fuck they are. But this is real choreographed. This is real orchestrated. This is some provocateur shit. It is, and it's not going to end well.
Well played. Hoop, it's all yours. Same line of questioning. What say you?
Well, to me, this seems like, my undergrad degree was in criminal justice. So one thing we learned about, preventing crime or what have you. So I'm going to go surface level with this, because Tito kind of going level 2, which is more of the big play. But I'm going to keep it in bounds of just, normal, evaluation. So in the criminal justice field, for you to prevent people from doing, like acts, is you have to have a deterrent. And to me, he's patient zero for this shit. Because as we know, man, these Marxists, these leftists, their whole thing is to destroy and rebuild. Like, they have no long-term solution for anything. It's always whatever's in power. I want to tear it down. That's it. And this is what you see the new wave of it is. And I just find it funny that, J6 is everybody's, soup du jour, indictment on, right-wing ideology.
And proposed violence. But mind you, there were no fires and shit. I see where you're going with that. I like that.
Correct. So we all watched 2020, bro, with binoculars from our houses with a mask on. We all saw that shit unfold. We saw niggas crumping for justice. We saw niggas tearing shit up. We saw chopping chads. We saw all this. And these motherfuckers, I watch a lot of CNN. I watch a lot of motherfuckers, and they just act like that never happened. They act like it never happened, right? So here we go, 4 years upfield after J6. These niggas up to the same games. We just talked about Soros last segment. It's the same shit. This Hegelian dialectic, pressure from above, pressure from below bullshit. They back on it. And it's just funny that, the main talking heads, the pundits or what have you, the Roland Martins of the world and beyond, they never want to talk about this shit, because this is what they do. They go tear shit up. They go destroy property. They go, man, bro, in real life, these leftist niggas will unfriend you. They will, basically slander you if you do not align with them from an ideological standpoint. This is just who they are. So me, who I'm a centrist who leans right, I just mentioned I vote for Trump. These niggas be going DEFCON 5 on me, proverbially speaking. But this is just what they do. So it's just funny, man. Like, I honestly, man, I'm enjoying the show. I'm sitting back in, because let me kind of lament to my personal life a little bit. These motherfuckers be like, see, this is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all voted for. I'm like, yeah, this is, nigga. Like, what you fucking talking about, nigga? We smooth over here. That's y'all panicking because y'all see it through the lens of y'all liberal, progressive perspective. And like, you got to understand that that's not how we view this shit. Like, we smooth. Everything is going from like a person with a thinking mind perspective, seeing the slow moving moves. Okay, Elon with the Doge joint, right? Trump with the executive orders joint. It takes any person with common sense knows it takes about 3 to 6 months to see real change in anything. And these niggas just crashing out. You know, day 30 they was crashing out. You feel me? So it's just funny to watch them slowly walk themselves into their own political ideological death, because they can't think past their own feelings. And I'm loving it. So what do? They go and do these little things out here, bombing Teslas, shooting up Tesla dealerships. And my coworker, his wife works for Tesla. They come in and making death threat calls. They come in and just cuss people out and walk out. That's all they got. That's their only play. And my thing is, I land the plane here. Keep doing it. Keep bringing in Crotchet and AOC and nigga, keep it up. Cause y'all gonna get y'all ass whooping midterms, and y'all keep it real good. And you get your ass whooping 2028 real good, man. I land my plane there.
My nigga.
All right, man. You guys are helping make this a good segment. Y'all coming in hot. Well played. I'm gonna pass this off to Saul. Saul, help us close this segment out. The floor is all yours, sir.
I think much to Pooh's point that somebody need a example set out of their ass at this point. You know what I mean? Where the hammer just gets really slammed. Just so that rhetoric like this. Because as I've said before. The Democratic Party has been a party of tolerance until you actually disagree with them, and all kind of coons, N-words, and other pejoratives that, you would think come from some guy in a white sheet burning a cross ritualistically in the middle of some damn, southern forest will be saying, So, I think that, oh boy, I'm glad that, there's technology out there, to actually show and demonstrate to them as a deterrence, because, they were basically saying, without saying and flexing their legal muscle, like, hey, we got drones, we got cameras, we got more or less crime scene reconfiguration on your ass. You know what I mean? That you better stop playing. You know what I mean? So, much like, I forgot who said it earlier. I want to say it might have been Tito, that the Democratic Party enveloped more of its fringe elements way back in the 60s, what is it? Communist Party USA, Democratic Socialist, and all those real extreme wings and stuff like that. Hello?
You good. You good.
Yeah, and so those people are the people who are actually acting this stuff out, and they're finally getting caught. So, hey, clamp down on it. Put them in their place. And I'll land my plane there.
More people inventing useful things, like Mr. Bobby Ashimura, who wins our Max Headroom Product of the Month award for coming up with a little attachment you plug into your TV, and it warns you that the commercial break is coming by automatically switching off your set for 5 seconds. And here to demonstrate it for us is Mr. Ashimura himself.